Well, as most of you probably already know, you guys who are boxing fans and follow boxing and watch YouTube videos and go on the internet and read boxing articles, you probably already know that Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Team Crawford have reached out to Amir Khan and offered him a fight for Crawford's WBO welterweight title. And it seems as though Amir Khan is seriously considering this offer. I know that the Kell Brook fight, that's been talked about forever. And according to Eddie Hearn, they were working hard to try to make that fight in the near future, possibly after Kell Brook's next fight. They were supposedly trying to put that fight for later in 2019, but it appears as though Amir Khan is more interested in fighting Terence Crawford because he feels it's for a title. It's a more significant fight. It would be for the pound-for-pound title as well, according to him, because of the status that Terence Crawford holds in the boxing world. Definitely holds a higher status than Kell Brook, with all due respect, at the current time. But, let me give you my thoughts about this, because Eddie Hearn is more in favor of making the Kell Brook fight as opposed to Amir Khan versus Terence Crawford. Eddie Hearn obviously promotes Amir Khan in Kell Brook. In my opinion, I know a lot of people are saying, well, the Kell Brook fight would be a much bigger money fight. I mean, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, you UK fans, you British fans would have to enlighten me more about that. But I think that the Terence Crawford fight makes more sense. Is Terence Crawford a better fighter than Kell Brook right now? I think a more difficult task? Possibly. Probably. But again, I think that the Kell Brook fight is a huge task for Amir Khan too. So I don't know how much more money he would get for the Kell Brook fight, if he would even at that get more money. I'm not 100% sure with that. I think $5 million is a great salary. I don't know if there's going to be back-end money involved in that, but that was the offer, $5 million for Amir Khan. That's a substantial amount of money. So I don't know if that would be on British pay-per-view or if that would be on the Zone. I'm sure it would be on ESPN or something from Top Rank. I don't think that would be on pay-per-view from in the United States from Top Rank's end, but it definitely could be on Sky Sports pay-per-view in the UK. So Amir Khan, I would imagine, would have some opportunities to make some money off of the UK pay-per-view back end, as well as that $5 million guarantee. Now, the Kell Brook fight, would that be a big fight in the UK? Absolutely. But would it be a huge fight worldwide? Maybe not. Because again, ESPN is gigantic. We all know how big ESPN is. We all know how well ESPN promotes these fights. So Amir Khan and Terence Crawford would be getting a ton of American exposure, a ton of American promotion and advertisement for this fight. So in my opinion, I like the Terence Crawford fight better because I just think it's a more intriguing fight to me. I would obviously favor Terence Crawford in that fight, but I would like to see how well Amir Khan would do against Terence Crawford, because we've seen Terence Crawford give away early rounds in fights. We've seen him outboxed in certain spots in fights. Jose Benavidez almost went the full distance with him before being stopped in the 12th, and he was troubling Terence Crawford when he used space. And Amir Khan definitely can fight pretty well from the outside, and he's got really, really good foot movement. He's quick. Obviously, the chin is questionable, but again, Terence Crawford sometimes can, get into these lulls where he's not being outboxed in certain rounds and in certain spots in rounds. So that would be interesting to see if Amir Khan could use his speed, because I would argue that Amir Khan would probably be the fastest opponent that Terence Crawford has ever been in the ring with. And Amir Khan can pop a bit too. So he's not a soft hitting puncher. So the reason why I like this fight more is because I look at Kell Brook and I don't even really like him at welterweight anymore. It's so crazy listening to Eddie Hearn talk all of a sudden, saying now that Kell Brook, he believes, can make 147. But after that Errol Spence fight, he was like, well, we decided to just do it for one fight because I advised him against going back down to 147. I wanted him to be at 154. I think that's his best weight. He's not a 147 pounder anymore. But now all of a sudden he's saying that, Kell Brook can make 147 again. So he's contradicting himself. And I don't like Kell Brook at 147. I think Kell Brook is a legitimate 154 pounder. I think he's a much bigger guy than Amir Khan. When you look at their frames and you look at how much muscle Kell Brook holds, even when he's fighting at above 147. When he fought Golovkin for that middleweight title, he was really lean and ripped, even at 160. Whereas when Khan fought Canelo, he had love handles. He was puffy. And I'm not trying to dump on the guy, but he was soft. So you could tell the difference in body frame. Like Amir Khan is a legitimate 147 pounder. Kell Brook is not. So I don't even think that, that fight, to me, makes sense anymore because these guys are in different weight classes, and I don't think it's fair to ask Kell Brook to come back, down to 147. I don't think it makes sense, and I think Eddie Hearn doesn't have Kell Brook's best interest at heart, because before he said it, he's killing himself to make 147, and now all of a sudden he says he can make 147. So if he was a legitimate 147 pounder, then why is his next fight going to be at 154? Doesn't make sense. So just to, there's a lot of other big money fights out there for both men. And in my opinion, maybe this fight between Amir Khan and Kell Brook has, went past its sell-by date, in my opinion. I think that it's overdue, and I've actually lost interest in it. I don't know about you guys in the UK, if you guys are still interested in this fight or not, but I like the Terence Crawford fight better. And if I was Eddie Hearn, I would take Kell Brook and try to, have him fight this next fight, and then possibly lobby for a title shot against Jaime Munguia. I think that's a very winnable fight for Kell Brook because Jaime Munguia is still green. Not the best technical boxer, heavy-handed, but not really a one-punch knockout guy. It took him time to get Liam Smith out of there, and Liam Smith was hitting him, and he was outboxing him in certain spots in that fight, and he was winning rounds against Jaime Munguia. And I think Kell Brook is arguably a better boxer than Liam Smith. I think, in my opinion, he's a better boxer than Liam Smith, and you could argue that he may even hit harder too. So that would be an outstanding fight if I was Eddie Hearn, to try to make a fight with Kell Brook and Jaime Munguia. I think it's a very winnable fight. And like I said, Amir Khan is a legitimate welterweight, in my opinion. I don't think that Kell Brook is anymore. So that's why at this point in time, I don't like the fight. I don't like the fight. And it doesn't seem like either man is really, well, Kell Brook wants the Amir Khan fight more so than Amir Khan wants the Kell Brook fight. And if you guys are sitting there saying, well, Amir Khan is ducking Kell Brook or whatever, but you can use that argument if you want, but he's jumping right back into, right back into the fire if he fights a guy like Terence Crawford. That's a tougher fight. And even Eddie Hearn admitted that the Crawford fight would be a tougher fight. So if you're going to not fight one guy, but you're going to fight someone that's a tougher fight, then you really shouldn't be criticized, in my opinion. I don't think so. So at the end of the day, I think that Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, I think Amir Khan versus Terence Crawford is a much better fight than Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. And at this point in time, I'm really no longer interested in Khan versus Brook. But again, like I said earlier in the video, you UK guys, let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Would you rather see Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, or would you rather see Amir Khan versus Terence Crawford? What fight makes more sense to you? And what fight do you think would be a better fight? And what fight is more intriguing to you? And also let me know if you think that Amir Khan could make more than $5 million, or he could still make more than $5 million. Again, if you factor in if there's going to be back end money with Terence Crawford. Do you think that he could make more money fighting Kell Brook than fighting Terence Crawford? Would the UK fans pay their pay-per-view dollars to actually see that fight? Is that fight still as big as it once was? And is it still something that you guys would rather see Amir Khan do, fighting Kell Brook as opposed to Terence Crawford? Let me know in the chat. So next time, Beaver's out. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Have a great day.